We are surrounded by them. They walk among us in tailored suits, they lead our companies, they sit at our dinner tables, and they often hold our deepest trust. You might think you can spot a monster a mile away. You look for the obvious signs, the rage, the cruelty, the erratic behavior. But the truly dangerous ones are not the ones who scream. They are the ones who smile while they dismantle your life. They are the ones who can look you in the eye, promise you the world, and feel absolutely nothing as they destroy it. These are the individuals who possess the Dark Triad, a psychological profile so potent that it can redefine the boundaries of human interaction. They are not merely mean or selfish, they are the architects of their own reality, built upon the ruins of yours. Welcome back to What Else Official. Today, we are descending into the darkest corners of the human personality. We are going to unmask the narcissist, the Machiavellian, and the psychopath. We are going to show you how they think, how they lure you in, and why they are the most successful predators in the social jungle. Think about your life for a moment. Think about the person who always seems to win, regardless of the cost. Think about the coworker who climbed the ladder by stepping on everyone else, or the partner who made you feel like you were the center of the universe before turning into your worst nightmare. These were not accidents. These were calculated moves by individuals who view human beings not as people, but as pawns. The Dark Triad is a convergence of three distinct but overlapping personality traits that create a perfect storm of manipulation. Each trait brings a specific flavor of destruction to the table. Narcissism brings the ego, the need for admiration, and the total lack of empathy. Machiavellianism brings the strategy, the cold-blooded calculation, and the belief that the ends always justify the means. And psychopathy brings the impulsivity, the thrill-seeking, and the utter absence of remorse. When these three combine, you are not dealing with a personality, you are dealing with a social weapon. Why do we fall for them? It is the most frustrating question, yet it has a simple psychological answer. We fall for them because they provide us with what we crave most: validation, security, and excitement. The narcissist makes you feel chosen, the Machiavellian makes you feel successful, the psychopath makes you feel alive. They do not present their dark side at the beginning. They present the version of themselves that you need most. They mirror your desires back to you with such intensity that you feel an immediate, profound connection. You think you have met your soulmate, your mentor, or your best friend, but you are falling in love with a mask. The Dark Triad figures are masters of impression management. They curate their behavior to suit your psychological profile, and once you are hooked, the mask begins to slip. This is not about being a bad person. It is about being a professional predator who knows exactly which buttons to push to get what they want. Are you ready to see the anatomy of these predators? Are you ready to strip away the mask and see what truly lies beneath the surface? The shadows are waiting, and the descent into the Dark Triad begins now. Let us examine the ego of the narcissist. Let us look at the cold strategy of the Machiavellian. And finally, let us confront the hollow reality of the psychopath. What else are they hiding from you? Let us find out.
The first face of the Dark Triad is the narcissist. This is the ego incarnate, the individual whose entire existence is a monument to their own importance. They do not just want to be noticed, they require constant admiration, validation, and a steady supply of attention that they call narcissistic supply. To a narcissist, the world is a stage, and everyone else is merely a supporting character in their story. They have an inflated sense of self-importance that is surprisingly fragile. Behind the arrogance lies a deep-seated insecurity, but do not let that fool you into thinking they are vulnerable. The moment you fail to provide them with the praise they feel entitled to, they turn. They go from being the most charming person in the room to being cold, dismissive, and sometimes aggressively hostile. They lack empathy, not because they do not know what others feel, but because they simply do not care. If you are hurting, it is only relevant if it impacts them. The second face, and perhaps the most calculating, is the Machiavellian. This individual operates with the cold precision of a chess master. They are not fueled by emotion, they are fueled by outcomes. To them, people are tools to be used, moved, and discarded once their utility has expired. They are the ultimate strategists, always 3 steps ahead in the social game. They specialize in deception, knowing exactly how to manipulate situations to ensure they remain in power. They are experts at reading people, understanding social dynamics better than anyone else in the room. They do not have the impulsivity of the psychopath or the fragile ego of the narcissist. They are patient. They can play the long game, building trust over years just to betray you at the perfect, most devastating moment. They justify their actions through a distorted moral framework where the end goal, power, status, or wealth, always justifies any means, no matter how cruel or dishonest. They do not view themselves as villains. They view themselves as survivors in a world they see as fundamentally dishonest. Finally, we encounter the hollow reality of the psychopath. This is the third pillar of the triad, and it is the most chilling. While the narcissist needs your attention and the Machiavellian needs your cooperation, the psychopath needs only the thrill. They are defined by an utter absence of remorse, guilt, or fear. They have no moral compass because they have no capacity to understand the weight of human suffering. They are masters of the present moment, driven by impulsive desires and a profound boredom that they must constantly satisfy. They are the most charming of the 3 because their lack of fear makes them fearless in social interaction. They know exactly what to say to make you feel safe, to make you laugh, or to make you fear them. They do not worry about the consequences of their actions because they do not believe they apply to them. They can lie to your face while maintaining perfect, steady eye contact, and their heart rate will not spike, their palms will not sweat, and their expression will not falter. They are the void where human connection is supposed to be. When these 3 traits converge in a single person, you are not just looking at a difficult personality, you are looking at a predator that is perfectly adapted to exploit the social environment. Do you see them yet? Are you beginning to recognize the ego of the narcissist, the cold planning of the Machiavellian, or the hollow fearlessness of the psychopath in your own circles? These are not just concepts in a textbook, they are active, living threats to your peace of mind. Let us look at what happens when these forces combine. Let us look at how they hunt.
It is time to pull the mask away from the Dark Triad completely. You have learned about the insatiable ego of the narcissist, the cold, calculating strategy of the Machiavellian, and the hollow, thrill-seeking void of the psychopath. But the true danger lies in the realization that these traits are not always found in separate individuals. They often overlap, creating a hybrid predator that is far more effective than any single type. This convergence is what makes the social jungle so treacherous. They hide in plain sight, using your own empathy as a weapon against you. They do not hunt in the dark, they hunt in the light of your trust. They are successful because they understand the rules of the human game better than you do, and they are willing to break every one of them to ensure they win. But now you have the advantage of awareness. You can see the patterns. You can identify the insincere flattery, the calculated betrayals, and the hollow charm. This is What Else Official. We are here to bring the light into the darkest corners of human behavior. If you have recognized these traits in someone you know, or if this exploration has changed the way you view the people around you, you are already one step ahead of the predator. Awareness is the first line of defense. The Dark Triad thrives on silence, isolation, and your refusal to believe that someone could be so calculating. By speaking about it, by identifying it, and by setting firm boundaries, you strip them of their greatest weapon, your unsuspecting compliance. We want to hear from you. Have you ever encountered a corporate Machiavellian or felt the cold indifference of a narcissist in your personal life?
Share your experiences in the comments. Your story might be the warning that saves someone else from a devastating encounter. We read every comment, and your insights are crucial to our community of vigilant observers. If you are ready to continue your journey into the depths of human nature, do not miss what comes next. Subscribe to What Else Official and ensure your notifications are active. We are just beginning to map the landscape of the human psyche, and there is so much more to uncover. If this deep dive into the Dark Triad resonated with you, give it a like. It helps this knowledge reach others who are currently trapped in the web of these predators. Share this with someone who needs to see through the mask. We are building a movement of people who refuse to be pawns, who refuse to be silent, and who refuse to be fooled. This is your life, and you are the only one who should have the power to define it. Thank you for walking through this dark corridor with us and for having the courage to look directly at the shadows. We will see you in the next deep dive, where we will peel back yet another layer of the human condition. What else are they keeping in the shadows? We are going to find out together. Stay strong, stay aware, and never stop questioning the masks that people wear.